Twitch, the internet's embodiment of "we did not think this one through," has had yet another brilliant idea. They are going to spy on you to make sure that you aren't doing anything bad in your own personal offline life. Doesn't that sound amazing? This cyberpunk dystopia came from the brilliant minds that are saying that we need to make sure that no one is doing anything that could harm others or that could be perceived as bad to other people, don't you know? Because it's the responsibility of the online platform to make sure that the person who's using it not only follows their rules on the platform, but follows their rules everywhere that the person exists. If that doesn't sound dystopian, I don't know what to tell you. I wish I was exaggerating this. In their announcement, they said that they have hired an investigation firm. They are opening up an email and will take any reports of... Currently, it's either sexual misconduct or violence or, well, terrorism. It was worded very vaguely, and they very much openly said that's all they could do right now, but they are looking to increase the levels of things that they are allowing reports for. I don't know who needs to hear this. It's not the job of the online social media platform to police what a person does when they are off of the social media platform. This has been a scary trend for the last 4 or 5 years, where social media thinks it's their responsibility to check in on every single facet of the user's life. Normally, this has been contained to other social media platforms because that's usually as far as they could go. And they would do this because, as I've said before, there is no competition between these social media platforms. They are all collectively in this together. These businesses that make it look and seem like they are competing against each other, they are fucking all united. The only time that they are against other social media platforms or competing against other social media platforms is when it's a competition against one of their buddies, i.e. Parler versus Twitter. They will absolutely destroy the competition then. But when it's the Silicon Valley hug box that they have become, they are all buddy-buddy and working with each other. It used to be limited to just that. This changed a good couple years ago when Patreon started looking into people's personal lives, because Patreon has this weird superiority complex where they think that all money that goes to people is through Patreon rather than through the patrons, and that Patreon is the middleman. They talk as if, oh, well, they are funding the existence of this person, so you cannot do anything bad. They have banned political commentators for things that Patreon didn't like when they did things that weren't on Patreon. They banned artists for art that wasn't even linked to Patreon because, oh, well, this artist did it and they're making a living off of Patreon, ergo, anything that they do is through Patreon. I can go on. Patreon has been, unfortunately, the gold standard for this kind of practice, and Twitch seems to be moving in on it now. But even worse. At least with Patreon, it was stuff that they had to find that already existed or that was known. This is hiring a fucking investigation firm to look into you. That is Orwellian as shit. And unfortunately, this is just going to be the future. These are the same people that believe that online anonymity should be illegal, that everyone should always have their face and their real name attached to any social media platform. And you wonder why people like me were kind of thinking that that was a bad idea. To put this into a perspective that might help you understand this, what Twitch is suggesting is worse than the paparazzi shit that happens to celebrities. People whose job it is to present themselves all the time and who willingly put themselves in the public spotlight. What the paparazzi does is absolutely vile. Unfortunately, it's been going on so long that it's become part and parcel to the job as much as people hate it. And trust me, there are people that absolutely loathe it. Ironically, the left now seems to be getting in on that too. The people that are making documentaries decrying how badly celebrities are treated for their lack of privacy are now the same people that are putting up this kind of idea. Maybe I'm the nut job here, but I think everyone has a right to privacy. Celebrity, regular Joe, whoever. Nah, I must be an extremist for thinking that. The worst part of all this is, much like Patreon before them, I can guarantee you that this will not be a rule that will be applied evenly across the board. I can call that right now. Especially because they said that this is in response to January. And if you're in the U.S., I think you might remember what happened then. It's very clear to me that this is going to be the Patreon thing all over again, that they are saying that, oh no, any kind of extremism or terrorism or whatever is going to be against the rules. Strangely, they will ignore any claims about people that, I don't know, make videos of themselves at Antifa riots or BLM riots. Notice that I'm saying riots, not protests. Because you have the right to protest, you don't have the right to burn shit down. For the left being the group of people that decry McCarthyism the loudest, they sure love using his tactics. Kind of weird how that works, isn't it? I see this going very poorly. I see one of two scenarios happening. Either people will be falsely accused, and this will happen at such a large rate that they will just have to stop this program in general, or, and this is the one that I think is more realistic, they are going to only investigate the people that they eat. The phrase "do not like" is a bit too vague. People that they are not affiliated with, I should say, is more accurate. People that aren't the golden goose, people that aren't they're good children, people that they don't politically identify with as well. And eventually, from those investigations, someone is going to sue for their privacy being violated. And any sane court would look at this and go, this is fucking insane. No, you're not allowed to do this. But Twitch is a California company, so Sandy kind of left that a long time ago. I don't know who needs to hear this, but this is not a good idea. This is both cyberpunk and Orwellian at the same time. This is a nightmare that a lot of people have been warning about for years, that Twitch are just now doing as a policy to protect you. This is something you'd expect from China, not from the U.S. I say as we have the fucking Patriot Act, so what the hell do I know anymore? I really hope that this blows up in Twitch's face, and that they, at the very least, publicly say that they are not doing it, though I'm pretty sure they will still behind the scenes. But just, there's such a big backlash against this that it just becomes really hard for them to do this while keeping any sort of public goodwill. And that seems to be what keeps this shit going, is they are willing to take the momentary hit so long as they have enough people saying that it's okay to do it, that business just keeps running as usual. I guess it's just a wait and see what happens kind of thing, unfortunately. And here's hoping what happens is it blows up in their face. This has been Math Machine, reminding everyone to not commit wrongthink in their personal lives, or you might get a knock on your door from the Twitch police. The fact that I can say that unironically disturbs me to no end. Peace out.